Hello YouTube. I am coming back to you with another campaign battle, Total War campaign battle. This one's from Total War Warhammer. This is gonna be fairly recent. I got my Warriors of Chaos hordes going against the Kraka Drak Dwarven clan, Chaos Dwarves. You can see the armies here. They got a nice army, and I got a decent army here. It's gonna be a tough one, extremely tough one. In addition to what they have on the board, they're gonna have 500 reinforcements, or they're gonna be already in the army, but they're gonna have their 500 from their garrison army. I believe this is coming. This is, yeah, Volksgrad, and so I got the Conquer Anywhere mod going on here. So Kraka Drak were able to conquer Volksgrad, and now I'm trying to take them out of it. Probably burn it to the ground is probably what I'm gonna do, or take their money, because you know that always works too. Guess looking at my army, you'll see my lord, a hero. I got a chosen great axe, and I got my chaos spawn. That's the strength of my army. They got their hero, they got their grudge throwers, it looks like, and they got some thunderers. Those are going to be the strengths of their army. All right, so let's dip right in. See, I got my front line lined up, marauders on the flank, group of chaos warriors, led by my hero, Grog Kilgore. Nice name, I like it. More chaos warriors all the way across until we get into our couple more chaos marauders. So my goal with the front line is pretty simple. We're gonna match their front line with my chaos warriors and try to flank with my chaos marauders and get into their thunderers. That's what we really got to do, is get into their thunderers. We can't allow them to unload on us. Over here on the right flank, you'll see I loaded the right flank heavy, so I got my chosen great axe. These guys I'm gonna need a big display out of these guys to win this fight. I got my Lord, Archaon the Ever Chosen, and if you just look at him, just admire the badassness. Like this guy, I love this guy. Love everything about him. And then I got my warriors with halberds. Nothing too special about these guys. They're not gonna have any large for halberds to go after, so more or less just using them as a damage dealer. Coming out here, I got my monsters. A lot of fast moving stuff, but in there is my chaos spawns. These guys, I'm going to need some damage out of these guys as well. I got my chaos warhounds. Not all that effective against dwarves, just too much armor on the dwarves, but we'll try to disrupt. That's really all we can try to do with them, is disrupt, and they'll get some kills if I can get some rear charges in with them. So I'm going to try to wrap around with my front line. We'll see if that works. Then I'm going to start wrapping around. I think I'm going to actually reposition here and bring my general right up the middle. Bring my lord and those two units behind him right up the middle. If I recall, I'm going to reposition these guys to the middle here and sort of set my front line across here. And then over here, it's pretty clear. I'm just going to hit the right flank with these monsters and try to wrap this up from the right side. So what I would say is that what I'm gonna need is definitely my right flank to push and push hard. The left flank is pretty weak, so I just need them to hold out. My chaos warriors can do that. I think out there going against here, I'll take a look at their army real quick. And of course, the dwarves, they love to turtle. That's what they do. A lot of dwarf warriors, more dwarf warriors. Their thunderers right up the middle. Pretty typical dwarf tactics. And then they got their thunderers on the right, or on the left here. I guess they're right, my left. So I definitely need to get I want to get my marauders into these thunderers. They probably won't win that fight. I'm gonna say these thunderers will wreck my marauders even in melee, but I need to disrupt them. That's the goal for the initial engagement, is to disrupt these thunderers. And we got some great weapon warriors back here. These guys definitely can do some damage as well, so I'm gonna have to worry about them. A lot of miners. I mean, we'll definitely beat them, but their armor-piercing damage is they're gonna inflict their damage for their value, right? And some grudge throwers start to shoot off. I mean, yeah, obviously you see the grudge throwers in the back here, already shooting, already 4 kills, 5, 6, counting. They'll get their fair share of kills in for sure. And yeah, as I said, I'm repositioning my front line here to come across the middle. And I think I'm going to go ahead and shoot off a fireball. Maybe trying to pull them out here. But the reality of it is they have the range advantage. My fireballs against their grudge throwers, there's just no reason for me to sit back and take that exchange. So I'm still going to need to push, even with Archaon shooting fireballs. We'll try to get a look at this, see if it hits anybody. It does not. Hits the mountain just short of it. I think at that point, as soon as I realize the fireball doesn't hit, I go for the rush. Still taking a lot of damage. The good thing about this, and this is, I think this is why I moved my chosen back, because typically grudge throwers will go for your chosen, and that's the worst thing that I need that can happen here, is for grudge throwers to start opening up on my chosen immediately. I mean, ideally those grudge throwers start blowing away at my marauders, but they're hitting my warriors, which is better than my chosen. They're doing significant damage to my warriors, but that damage to my chosen would be a big deal. 23 kills already, so 23 lost before I even get into the fight. I got a couple units here that are not full strength. And was there another one? Yeah, a couple units not quite full strength, but for the most part, this is a full strength army. I got my monsters up here on the flank. They're lined up, just waiting for the go. I don't want to get them in too quick. I want to get them into the rear, so I'm letting them hang back just a little bit. Everybody coming up the middle here is shielded, so I'm embracing the fire that I'm going to take. The grudge throwers are going to do their thing, and the thunderers are going to do their thing. I'm going to let them go into some shielded units, so they're not going to do as much. Here these thunderers go. And do they get any kills? Doesn't look, nope, no kills there. These thunders, still no kills out of those thunders. 30 kills already out of the grudge thrower. But we're getting into melee range, so that grudge thrower is going to start to lose effectiveness real quick. Making a last second adjustment, apparently, and we'll take these charges. So here we go. Here's the first engagement. Charges from my Chaos Warriors onto some Dwarf Warriors. Dwarf Miners there. My hero runs right through a line of miners and into their second line. And engage on the front line. Here Archaon goes into some miners and some warriors. So the front line's set. Everybody's sort of, you're going to see the engagement set up. And I did manage to get a unit of marauders around the flank. 2 units actually, my apologies. 2 units, my second unit made it around the flank as well. They're going to engage the back of those dwarf warriors, and then my second unit's going to go into these thunders to start disrupting here. So I got the flank on the right side with my my warhounds. They're going to get the flank easily. They're just too quick for the dwarfs to stop. But the dwarves have some units in secondary, so they're not going to get an open charge on anything, on any thunders or the grudge thrower that I need to take down. And I'm still moving my warriors, my chosen great axes, and my warriors with halberds up, as well as my chaos spawns onto the right flank. So I got the marauders up into the thunder. As you can tell, they're losing this engagement easy. I mean, I'm betting they got a charge. Well, they did get hit in the back by some dwarf warriors, so there's also that. But they wouldn't take out these thunders either way. It looks like they went ahead and exposed their grudge thrower. They're not going to get much more than an open charge, but that's all I need. All I need is that rear charge from these warhounds, and you'll see the grudge throwers just drop. Like, I don't know what happened there, but they just took a huge hit like instantaneously, and that's all I needed. These dogs aren't going to make it much longer, but they did exactly what I needed them to do. That's going to open me up for charges, for just open charges on their rear from the rest of my dogs. So I'm hitting their thunders in the back. I already hit their grudge throwers. They're pretty much out of the fight now. So now on this side we got my chaos spawns, and then we're hitting them in the back with some warhounds. Front line set here. Got my great axe chosen and my halberds into the fight on the right flank. They should do some good damage over there. Got my hero and this set of marauders into the back here, along with the set of dogs. They're going to do some damage, and they're going to keep these thunders bogged down for a good while, so they're not going to be able to take shots into my units. Another unit of Thunderers, they're getting shots off. Granted, they're not in a really good position. They're shooting right through their people. I don't even know if they're firing actively. I'd have to jump in here. It doesn't look like they're firing, and I don't think that they have a good shot. They'd be doing more damage to their own people. So let's take a look at the front line. Left side, winning slightly. I'm doing good over there. Got my general up the middle here. They're doing good here. Well, I got my warriors breaking, but I still got my general there, and he's going to do some damage there. Winning on this engagement. I got 2-on-1. No surprise there. Ooh, look at this. Yep, my chosen already getting some work done. Got a couple miners going down pretty easily. Well, and then I got these are just marauders, but they're breaking, so they're gone. I'm not worried about that though. My chosen will pick up their slack. My halberds here are going to do well. They got some armor piercing, so that's good for them. On the right side, I'm bringing some marauders in to reinforce my chaos spawns, and they're wrapping up this dwarf warrior pretty easily anyways with just those it was 3 units on them. But now my marauders are going to get in there, reinforce those chaos spawns. We should wrap up that engagement fairly soon. Alright, a few units routing, no big deal. Nothing heavy is routed yet, so we still got the bulk of our army. One problem here, this hero, Grog Kilgore, he's kind of trapped. He's kind of isolated with a lot of warriors and some armor-piercing warriors, some great weapon dwarf warriors. I got some chaos warriors supporting him, but that's just not enough. It's not enough for the engagement that they have going on there. Still winning slightly, and it's sort of wonky. I mean, this is just what the computer does. They do these weird things, but these Thunderers get into a position to take shots. They're getting good shots into my left flank here. I guess no big deal. They took a lot of damage, so they're not going to do a whole lot, but that's kind of annoying. There's no reason they should have gotten to that position and been able to get open shots. I am going to bring, I believe these are marauders. No, these are some warriors. So I'm going to bring these guys up and try to get into the back of those Thunderers. At least stop them. Maybe try to drop them and get them out of the fight. Also bringing back some routers over here, just marauders, so they're not going to do a whole lot. They're going to reinforce these chosen here, which are tanking out some fucking dwarves. Up to 100, and they've lost 4. 4 deaths, 100 kills. Like I said, over here on the right flank, wrapping this fight up. We're gonna route these Thunderers and these warriors here very shortly, and then what's gonna happen then is I'm gonna get my spawns into the back of their warriors here. So I'm gonna start wrapping up this real nicely. Problem is here on this side, you see my hero starting to rout. He's gonna rout, losing a lot of life. There he goes. And these Thunderers, I think, you know, I didn't even get my warriors into them. They were picked off by these warriors here, and so these Thunderers are still getting shots off into my chaos warriors on my left flank. I'm gonna say that makes a big difference. I mean, this fight is already pretty close. I'm winning here. I'm wrapping this up, but I should be wrapping it up a lot nicer. Now that these warriors came off of my hero, but they're gonna turn around and engage my Chaos Warhounds. Chaos Warhounds aren't gonna do much other than keep them out of this engagement for just a little bit longer. All right, we wrapped up on the side. Means my spawns are now supporting my halberds on these warriors. They should again do good work in here and keep wrapping this right flank up. Let's take a look at my Chaos Chosen. Yep, 144 kills. These guys, I mean, there's nothing on the battlefield anywhere near to as strong as these guys, so no surprise there. My hero comes back. I'm going to go ahead and re-engage him. You see some routing going on. A lot of routing on the field now, and it's really not looking good. This left flank out now, our Kaon's gotten engaged, and he went down quick. I'm not even sure what hit him, but whatever hit him pretty hard. My whole left flank is routing. My middle's routing. Everybody's routing. So, I mean, a full rout. The only things left are these chosen because they're beasts, with up to 70 kills, and my chaos spawn because they're unbreakable. Not much hope left at this point. Let's see what's going on here. What do I got going on? So a lot of people routing a lot of different ways. What can I do here? They got some coming back. So let's take a look at what I got. A couple more units routing on the right. That's pretty much my entire right flank is routed. All I got left is Chaos Halberds, my Chaos Spawn, and my Chosen with Great Axes. Let's check in the back here. It looks like some of my guys are coming back, so we're gonna go ahead and turn around. We're gonna re-engage with these guys. Our Kaons came back. He's engaged by some miners. He should win that. I mean, he should definitely beat these miners. That doesn't really matter too much. A couple more coming back over here. So let's get back into this main engagement here. So these dwarf warriors are starting to rout now. I mean, my right side was pretty tanky. I still got a decent unit of chosen, and they are just demolishing dwarves. Dowie slayers like crazy. Chaos spawns up to 209. Chaos chosen up to 235. Chaos halberds at 134. This is making money right here. This is what I needed out of my chosen to win this fight. Now I'm re-engaging. Pretty much everybody that routed is re-engaging, so I'm bringing everybody back into it. I'm hitting them on every flank that I can to try to get as much damage as I can, and as much leadership damage as I can, particularly. So from the ashes, I got some winning engagements. Our Kaon's losing again, but I'm supporting him. I'm bringing in some support for him. I mean, really, as long as these units here hold out, I gotta get reinforcements in. I gotta get reinforcements to these chosen, because they're dropping slowly, but they're dropping. I mean, they're dropping a lot of dwarf warriors, but they're not gonna last forever. There's just gonna be too many of them. All right, we're bringing some more in on the left flank. Our Kaon and the hero route this left flank here. They're gonna come in and support. That's gonna buff the leadership here in the middle as well. But actually, if you look at here, you're seeing a pretty much full health Lord. Somebody's gonna have to get into him. Let's see who I'm gonna engage their Lord with. Still dominating this right flank, still holding out strong. My Chaos chosen up to almost 300 kills. 299, make that 300 even. My Chaos spawns up to 264, and we're routing a couple more dwarves. We also got a few more coming back, but we're continuing to route the right side and bringing in a lot more on the left side. Now you're seeing a lot of dwarves routing. Here we go. Here's an engagement for you. My hero is going to go ahead and take the charge on their Lord. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't a good charge, and they'll go ahead and take this fight. One-on-one for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and support. So I'm on their Lord now with my hero, and I'm going to bring in some quick Chaos Warriors to support there. A lot of routing dwarfs means I got a lot of reinforcing units coming into it to reinforce these chosen that are still taking it out up to 331. Here we go. Everybody's routing now. We got their Lord in a bad place. Down to half health as his leadership is dropping. A lot of routing dwarfs. We're wrapping up the middle. Go ahead and rushing in my Chaos spawn to assist with on their hero. And there he goes. There's the route there. There's a chain route. And that's the fight. So, man, I'm pretty sure I had no aspirations of winning this fight. I was just clicking buttons, because why not? I don't go out like no bitch, right? But where are they at? Where's my MVP at? Let me find these guys. Here they are. These Chaos Great Weapons. 342 to end the fight. 342 kills. And really, had it not been for them holding out in the middle and these Chaos spawn holding out next to them, this fight was over. There was nothing more I had. I mean, my entire army was routing except for 2 units, and they hung in long enough to allow the rest of my team to regroup. Alright, I'm just fast forwarding here. Again, this is a campaign fight, so it looks like I'm trying to chase down their general. I don't want him to escape the map. I want him gone. Although the reality of it is, it doesn't matter. This is probably more me just being a dick. I want him dead. I don't want wounded. I want dead. So one of the closest fights I've had. This is maybe turn, I'm saying 20 to 40ish. So, and you can tell I got some decent units, but nothing high end other than what I started with. The chosen, they come with our Kaon starting set, so I got them for free, sort of, so to speak. The rest are pretty middle tier, and the dwarf army was pretty much all middle tier. Lords off the map. I think I'm trying to chase down one more unit of Thunders, which I'm not going to catch. There it is. There's the victory. Let's go ahead and end it and see what the numbers look like. Lost 1,100, killed almost 2,000. And you can see big losses by everybody, but some big kills by a few key units. I mean, everybody got good kills. I mean, even these Marauders up 43. 43 for Chaos Marauders is a lot, in my opinion. These guys are really shitty. They rout almost immediately. I mean, 43 of anything against Dwarves, that's good. I mean, maybe these miners. I'm gonna guess a lot of these are probably on miners because warriors will throttle Chaos Marauders. Um, Even these dogs, again, these dogs not very good. I mean, not very good against this army, especially. There's no weak units here for these dogs to get into their back. But all my Chaos Warriors up near 75ish, I guess, at a bare minimum. Um, but man, MVP, these Chaos Chosen got the job done. Second, I guess, most valuable, these Chaos Spawns again, and really, if not for nothing more than holding out in the middle. These guys, I don't know if they broke temporarily or not, but again, right behind these guys as far as value in this fight. I mean, their performance on the right flank really clutched it out for me. Archaon and my hero also did quite well. Nothing spectacular. My hero, I put him in a bad place. I don't know that I was paying enough attention to him at that point. My charges may have gotten twisted around initially and sort of ran him through a bunch of dwarves and into a big pile of dwarves and kind of left him hanging on an island. I probably could have had a better performance out of him had I not mismanaged him. But at the end of the day, he did drop 92. He stuck it out till the end. Same with Archaon. I'm not sure what happened with him. I didn't quite catch where he lost. I checked and he was up near 90. Next time I checked, he was down near 30ish%. And I don't know where that came from. Maybe just having a lot of units around him. But I mean, they tanked it out and they stayed in there to keep the rest of my units in there. I mean, their aura definitely would have helped as far as keeping the routing units coming back. Well, for one, keep getting the routing units to come back, but then keeping them in the fight long enough to start routing dwarves, which is not easy. All right, I think that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. I thought this was a great fight, and I mean, this one really made my heart beat. But I gave it a good fist pump after the victory here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.